हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम यू ऑल ऑन अमेजोन एकेडमी। आज हम बात करने वाले हैं, वील टॉक अबाउट हाइड्रोकार्बन। फर्स्टली वी विल रिवाइज द लास्ट लेक्चर within 2 or 3 minutes. We'll practice for some the DPPs which I have given in the GOC2. Is there any issue or is there any problem we want to discuss? Any doubt in the DPP of GOC2? We can discuss the GOC2 DPP first and then we'll move towards hydrocarbon chapter. Hello AS, hello HA, hello PC, hello NK. Please write your name in the chat box so that we can connect. Hello guys. Is there any doubt in the DPP? It's a 1278 Anjali. Question number 1278. So much doubts. Okay, let me think. What about this? Identify the correct order of basic strength of the compounds mentioned below. Okay, let's start the lecture. This is Ashutosh Gautam. Welcome you all. These are my credentials. These are live class best practice. You already know, and these are the system requirement. Chrome and Firefox. You actually have. Then we need Android 6 and 5 Mbps at least speed to continue the class. And these are the data analytics in which we have researched that 91 chapters are there in the PCM. Out of that, if you by heart these 45 chapters, you can actually get 190 plus marks in the JEE mains. Out of these 45, 19 will be covered before March and 26 will be covered before April, between March and April. So, and a dedicated timetable will be given. You can upload or download from the class material. These are the chapters which we will cover in the March session, and between March and April we will cover these chapters in chemistry. Let's start. Let's firstly we'll discuss the DPP. Question number 1278. Let's start with the question number 1. Question number 1 says identify the correct order of basic strength of the following compound. So what is this? This is actually easy. In the first one, you can see that nitrogen is not going into nitrogen is, this lone pair is what, localized. That means it is not going into resonance, where in the other one, nitrogen, this nitrogen is going into, this lone pair is going into resonance with the benzene ring. So this is localized lone pair, this is delocalized lone pair. That means this would be more basic than that. First one, A. So this is correct, the order is correct. The second one, let's comment on the second one. Second one is this nitrogen is what, sp3 hybridized. Sp3 hybridized, that means less percentage S character, that means electronegativity would be less. So these lone pair will be donated easily compared to this nitrogen, which is actually sp2. This lone pair is also localized, but this is sp2 nitrogen. So percentage S character would be more and electronegativity be relatively more or higher. So these lone pair will not be donated as easily as it can. Now the second one, this nitrogen. So here this carbon is what, this is CH2, that means this is plus I. So it has plus I, it does not have plus I, this CH only, minus I, it will show minus I only. So this is correct order. This lone pair can be donated easily. We are discussing about this lone pair, or you can say this lone pair would be donated more easily compared, because this carbon has what, plus I, which would be donating its electron and making this lone pair more prone for donation. That means this order is also correct. What about third? Prince. We are discussing the DPP number, question number 1278. The third one is incorrect. The order should be opposite, because the lone pair of nitrogen is going into resonance in the first one higher. So third one is absolutely incorrect. And the fourth one is opposite order, which is given in the choice 3. That means the fourth order is absolutely correct order of the third. That means answer would be 1, 2 and 4. Getting my point, Anjali? So this is the question number 1. Second question says acidic strength comparison. Acidic strength comparison is easy. It is absolutely easy. Identify the correct statement regarding the acidic strength of the given compound. Okay, first one, let's move to the next page. Question number 2, in which first one has SIR and minus I, NO2. NO2 has SIR and minus I, second has SIR, no minus I, and third does not have SIR. So SIR increases the acidic strength, whereas NO2 has minus I. So this order is absolutely correct. Second order is incorrect because the second one has the SIR. Option B, SIR is in the second, where the NO2 is present at the ortho position, which will increase its acidic strength. So this order is incorrect. The third one is NO2, OCS3 and OH. ठीक है, NO2. The third one is C double bond OH, and this is NO2, which will show what? Minus M. Minus M increases the acidic strength. Then the carboxylic acid with OCH3. OCH3 have relatively less plus M effect compared to the OH, so this is absolutely correct. And the last one says benzoic acid, formic acid and this acetic acid. We have already learned this Firbola ACP Pradyuman. So this would be what? Firstly should be formic acid and then benzoic and then acetic. So the fourth one is incorrect. Does hydrocarbon includes only alkane, alkyne and benzene? Yes, we will be discussing this one only. Getting? Okay, fine. Let's move to the next question. You asked all of a seventh question. Where is seventh question? This one is seventh. Seventh says correct order of basic strength. Okay, the basic strength order is what? First one is incorrect. Oh, which is not correct. Okay, which is not correct. First one is nitrogen lone pair is not going into resonance. That means first order is correct. Second order says second is absolutely incorrect. Okay, third one says NH2Cl. Okay, second one is correct and third one is incorrect because of SIP. SIP NH2 has Cl, which will create SIP, and due to this SIP the basic strength decreases a lot. Clear? And the last one is question number 8. Question number 8 says which of the following is the smallest heat of hydrogenation? Smallest heat of hydrogenation. So the first one is butene, 1-butene. The other one is cis-butene and trans-butene, and 1,2. Yes. So first of all, this would be striked out because of two double bond, it would be having highest HOH. Then we will compare between these three. This would be least stable, so it would be striked out. What about this? Cis and trans. Trans is the most stable one. That means it would be having least HOH. So this is the way to answer, dear. So these all questions are discussed. Let's move to the topic HOH. Before this, we will revise the last lecture, as we have planned this according to Ebbinghaus forgetting curve theory. We need to revise first all the topics. Which one? Okay. I actually got confused. I didn't okay, let me explain this. This is per mole. We have four options. It was asked in JEE, somewhere JEE Advance. This is the second one, the third one is this, and this is fourth one. If it was asked for HOH, it would have been like this: A, B, C, and D. If it would have asked about the HOH, D would have been first, then A, and then C, and then B. But they asked HOH per mole of double bond, per pi bond. If this is asked, that means this would be having resonance, and resonance increases the stability. So HOH per pi bond decreases. HOH per pi bond decreases, as we have discussed in the last lecture about the heat of hydrogenation of two different compounds, like 58 of this and 55.5 of this. Divide by 2 will make it to divide by 2, that means 27.75. so because of the resonance, the stability would be highest, so the reduction in the HOH would be highest. This is the order of HOH would be this, and because of resonance, the decrement in HOH would be highest in this. Getting my point? Let's move. Yes, what would be the weightage of hydrocarbon in J-means? Hydrocarbon actually maximally, yes, asked two questions. Yes, one mostly from the alkene and alkyne. I came to know by researching on the previous year question papers, which we will discuss today also, that they most probably ask from HBr somewhere addition or something. This is their favorite one. And the second one is OMDM. These two topics are their favorite in hydrocarbon, HBr and OMDM. And the third favorite is free radical halogenation, which we will discuss today. These three topics are their favorite. Let's revise the last lecture which we have studied. We have studied in the last lecture that when you need to compare the acidic strength directly proportional to what? Minus M minus H minus I, inversely proportional to plus M plus H plus I, and in terms of basic strength it is inversely proportional, like plus M directly proportional to plus M plus H plus I, and inversely proportional to minus M minus H minus I. We have not discussed about the dancing resonance, which we are discussing today. What about the dancing resonance? Dancing resonance is this: these bonds are very weak, or you can say these bonds are as weak as pi bond. So they show most of the characteristics of pi bond, like this cyclopropane will give test of unsaturation, which is given by the pi bond compounds, because these bonds are as weak as pi bond. So this get breaks like this, and it will form a positive charge here, and it can form a positive charge here. This is called as dancing resonance, which stabilize the carbocation very well. We'll discuss something about the HBr today also in the other form. Let's start with the topic. There are some questions to revise. Let's revise them. First question: which of the following are incorrect? In which of the following are incorrect? Please make it fast. Write your name first in the chat box and answer which of the following are incorrect. We will revise a bit and then move towards the hydrocarbon. We'll revise a bit and then we'll move towards what? Hydrocarbon. Lakshman says B. Okay, write your name. Lakshman says B. What else? NK. Mradul says B. Okay. As we know, HOH is directly proportional to firstly number of pi bonds, and secondly, if number of pi bonds are same, 1 upon stability of compound. So let's move. HOH order. This is incorrect. This compound is incorrect. So leave this option. Secondly is HOC. HOC, that means HOC, heat of combustion, means combustion is only related to carbon only. Directly proportional to what? Number of carbon first. Firstly, number of carbon. Number of carbon, that means number of carbon is more in the cyclohexane than the cyclopropane. So order should be opposite. This is incorrect order. This is the correct answer here. This order is also incorrect, my dear friends, because this nitrogen with a positive charge creates a situation of back bonding, which stabilizes the carbocation the most after aromaticity. So this order is absolutely incorrect. So this can be the answer. What about the heat of combustion? Heat of combustion is directly proportional to number of carbon first. There are 4 carbons and we have 6 carbons here. That means this order should be opposite here. So answer is B, C and D. Let's revise the next part. In which of the following second is more basic than the first? Let me give a hint. You need to apply the concept amine flipping or umbrella inversion. You need to consider this. If you know this concept, you can answer this question. We are revising the concept. We are not solving the questions of JEE Mains. They might be multiply correct, so that we can revise the maximum number of what topics or skills. Okay, B and D. Okay, NK says B and D. Write your name, dear, so that we can connect through names. Write your name in the comment box before answering. B and D according to NK. Let me give an hint. This is acyclic and this is cyclic. And acyclic amine undergo what? Amine flipping. Amine flipping. What is amine flipping? Amine flipping, actually this phenomena which is occur in amines this lone pair containing nitrogen flips its lone pair like this, and it keep continue, and because of this the lone pair have larger surface area to delocalize its lone pair. It gets stabilizes more, and because of this basic strength decreases. So basic strength is inversely proportional to what amine flipping. In the vapor or liquid state, in either state, these two compound would be having what, 2 degree better compared to the 1 degree, either liquid state or in the aqueous phase. So it has flipping, so this would be better. It has flipping, so this would be better. Cyclic amines are relatively more basic compared to their corresponding acyclic amines because of amine flipping. This compound is very special to us. This is called as guanidine, and this guanidine is very basic because of the resonance. Because of this resonance, nitrogen has, this is localized lone pair, and because of resonance from the both side, it gets partial negative charge from the both side. So localized lone pair with two partial negative charge, because of this become highly basic. This also gets the negative charge, and it has lone pair, but the electronegativity of oxygen is comparatively higher than the nitrogen. So in both, if you compare the both, this would be the one which we will choose as base. What about D? In case of D, it is 2 degree amine, and this is 1 degree amine. 2 degree amine would be more basic compared to the 1 degree amine. So answer would be what? A, B, C, D. So answer would be A, B, C. Yeah. So these are the revising point. This was the question which was so interesting. It was in ID 97 about the cyclohexane is poured in water, it floats. Check the options, my dear friends. Very interesting options. The first one is because cyclohexane is in the boat form, that's why it floats over the water. That means this is a water, and cyclohexane form a boat form so that it can survive over the water. This is the option given. So interesting option. This is absolutely incorrect. The floating tendency is because of yes. Very interesting option. But floating characteristics is it depends on the density. So the answer should be very correct. DG says, PR says, LM says, NK says, please write your name. Answer D, because cyclohexane is less dense compared to the water. Now we'll start the preparation of alkane. Alkane can be prepared in many ways. First one is reduction. So we'll discuss the reduction. Reduction, very important points. Clemention. We will be discussing Clemention. We will be discussing what? Clemention, and then its counterpart, Wolff-Kishner. We'll be discussing LAH, SBH. No, in terms of reduction, we would be discussing many points like Clemenson, Wolff-Kishner, catalytic hydrogenation. We would be discussing hydroboration reduction, Woods, Kolbe, Franklin, Ullmann, Corehouse synthesis. These are the important one which we are going to discuss in this lecture, my dear friends. So let's move to the first part of it, which is reduction. From reduction, first one is Clemenson reduction. Clemenson reduction and Wolff-Kishner reduction, both are very important. In Clemenson reduction, we need to use the reagent what? Zn, Hg, HCl. Whereas in Wolff-Kishner we will be using N2H4, or otherwise called as NH2NH2 hydrazine in the first part, and in the second part OH minus and heat. Wolff-Kishner. Ab, how to make a trick to remind the reagent related to each reaction. There is only one trick to remind. Check out Clemmensen starts from C, and which reagent has C in it? Which reagent has C in it? Check out. Clemmensen starts with C and HCl has C in it. So if any confusion occur between the reagents of Clemmensen and Wolff-Kishner, which I used to have, I make a compound, I make a trick like this only. It starts with C, and the compound which has what? C in it, that would relate to Clemmensen. So there would be no confusion from now that ZnHgHCl is of Clemmensen, and hydrazine with OH minus represents what? Wolff-Kishner reduction. Getting my point, guys? Clear? Okay. Now, very important point I want to make. This HCl says you cannot have any compound which is acid sensitive while using Clemmensen reduction. So acid sensitive groups should not be present. Acid sensitive groups should not be present while using what? Clemmensen. Otherwise they will change your desired product. Whereas in case of what? Wolff-Kishner, we heat it up to 180 degree. So with OH minus and 180 degree Celsius, it can undergo what? Elimination. If some base sensitive groups are present. So you should be rest assured before using the Clemmensen and Wolff-Kishner, there should not be any acid or base sensitive group while using Clemmensen and Wolff-Kishner reduction respectively. So let's start with an examples to understand. I use this. No problem at all. I can use this in this compound. Yes, I can use this or not. In which compound, A or B, I can use Clemmensen reduction without disturbing the OH? A or B? In which compound, A or B, I can use the Clemmensen reduction and get this compound? Which of the following denotes the correct product? Okay, I'll increase the speed. Firstly, tell me option A or B, which of the following is correct? The second will not give this product because this OH would be what? Acid sensitive, which would be converted into OH2 plus. That means this C double bond O, and it get converted into positive charge because of good leaving group, and this positive charge would be attacked by Cl. So final product would be like this. So this is acid sensitive group. Let's move to the next question. If I use this and I use Zn, Hg, HCl, or I should use NH2, secondly OH minus heat. A or B? Which of the following is correct to get this product? I want to make this product. Which of the following is the better option? Clemenson or Wolff-Kishner? A or B? Which is the best option to get this product? DG says B, NK says B. A minute, guys. Sorry. Okay. So in this compound, we cannot use this ZnHgHCl because with ether like ROMe in presence of HCl, this ether get cleaved. This H goes here, ROH Me, and positive charge. Now this Cl minus can create SN2, and this ROH plus MeCl is formed. So when you're using this, the product would be like this. This would be the product, cyclohexane, because they get cleaved into OH and OH. This form MeCl, and these two OH will liberate water to convert into this, and now this would get reduced by the Clemenson into what? Cyclohexane. Sir, what are acid and base sensitive groups? My dear friends, it has HCl, so we cannot use ethers, we cannot use ROH. These are acid sensitive groups. ROH or ethers, these are acid sensitive groups. In terms of base, we have many base sensitive groups. Like you cannot use RCOCl, otherwise it will go for SNAE. We cannot use RCOR in the reagent, it will go for SNAE. We cannot use Cl, it will go for E2 elimination. We cannot use this CrRnR3 plus, it will go for elimination. Getting my point? So these are base sensitive mainly, and these are what? Acid sensitive. Clear? So these are Clemenson and Wolff-Kishner reduction, your reducing agent. Let's move to the next part of it, and this is the reduction is what? From alkene or alkyne to alkanes. We can use catalytic hydrogenation using nickel or palladium or platinum using H2. So this is called as catalytic hydrogenation. Catalytic hydrogenation. In this, what happens? This metal provides a surface, for an example nickel, and this H2 get adsorbed, and as this alkene comes here, this H2 get attracted and form a bond, and this bond would be what? This bond would be syn. So the addition of H or H would be similar side, that means it is called as syn addition. So this catalytic hydrogenation convert alkene and alkyne into what? Alkane, through what? Syn addition. Very important, the stereochemistry is asked. Syn addition. Now, how to solve these stereochemistry based questions like this? For an example, if you have this and it has been asked that you are hydrogenating this compound, what would be the nature of the product? What would be the nature of the product? A, optically active product mixture. B, it form racemic mixture. Or C, it form a meso compound. How to answer? I'll give you a trick to solve this question. Meso. Anjali says meso. Anjali says meso racemic mixture B. Let's try to solve this compound with a trick called cis sin erythro. Racemic, no. Prince says B. No. Let's try to solve this with this beautiful trick called cis sin erythro. Cis means something is something similar is same side. Sin means same side. Erythro means again same group, same side. So this is erythro. So how to solve this? Let's have an example. This is cis alkene. Now this trick works. We need to change two things into it. Like I am changing cis into trans, and I have choice to sin into convert into NT, but I want it to remain cis. So I converted cis into trans. I have not changed sin into NT. So I have to convert erythro into 3O. Getting my point? So this is trans sin and this is 3O. If I want to convert into cis only, so there is no change here. I converted sin into NT, so I have made one change. So I have to change the another one. I have to make two changes. It is compulsory. So this is the trick. Now how it works? Let's try to understand how it works in the next page. Suppose this is D and this is D, as it is cis alkene, and we need to add H and H, which shows what? Sin addition. So cis, then sin addition, the product would be what? Erythro. What does it mean by erythro? Erythro means the coming two things like H and H, they would be what? Erythro to each other. That means they would be same side to each other. So how to write the product? Firstly, we will write the hydrocarbons, this parent carbon chains like this in the Fisher projection. Then we'll make two lines here like Fisher projection draws, and we will write both the coming things H and H, what? Erythro as per the trick, and remaining D would be written here. So this would be the product, and they are the two chiral center, and this shows this compound would be what? Meso. Getting a point? Getting my point? We need to follow this cis sin erythro, cis alkene, sin addition, the product would be erythro. What does it mean by erythro? Erythro means the coming H and H, two things would be same side in the Fisher projection. Getting my point? Got it? Let's try the another compound to make it crystal clear. Let's have an example. This is D and this is D. I want to add H and H in presence of nickel. What would be the nature of the product? What would be the product nature? Let's have A. A is enantiomer pair. B, there would be diastereomers pair. And C, the compound would be meso. The previous slide, yellow. This is a beautiful trick. You can solve multiple problems through this cis and erythro trick. Getting my point? Let's try to solve this. If I take this, which is trans, and the addition would be what? Sin. So we have cis sin erythro trick. I have converted cis into trans. Sin will remain sin. So I have to convert this. This will convert into erythro to 3O. What does it mean by 3O? That means the coming H and H would be opposite side. Clear? So what would be the product? The answer, DG says B, diastereomers pair. Let me check once how to draw it. This is the question. This is trans. We are going to sin and it would be erythro. What is mean by erythro? Sorry, trio. Trio means H and H coming two things would be opposite. Would be opposite in the Fisher projection. Getting my point? These erythro and trio comes in stereochemistry. You might have heard these terms. कब आएगा? जब आएगा बेटा बता देंगे. अभी we are planning for that. How to write? CH3 above and down. Write two lines. H and H would be written opposite. So remaining D and D would also be written opposite. And this is not the only one. The mirror image can also be formed. That means these two compounds can form, and they are what? Enantiomer pair. They are enantiomer pair. So this is the trick which you should keep in your mind to write the stereochemistry of the compound. Getting my point? These are enantiomers. Getting my point? Let's move to the next part. This is reduction. Let's move to the next part. What are the other things which can be used for reduction? What are the other things which can be used for reduction? Let's try this 2003 third question. One butene may be converted into butane. One butene is converted into butane by using what? This is single correct. As you say, sir, paid hoga ya free? I don't know actually, but from April, I think it would be paid. Then says A, yes, nickel, palladium, platinum plus hydrogen, catalytic hydrogenation convert what? Alkene into what? Alkane. Anjali says A, Lakshman says A. Yes, the answer would be absolutely correct, A. Let's move to the next part of it. This is very, very, very important, guys. This is called hydroboration reduction. Do you all know about hydroboration oxidation? Do you all know about hydroboration oxidation? Do you all know about hydroboration oxidation or not? Enantiomers means the stereoisomers which are mirror image of each other. Diastereomers means stereoisomers which are not mirror image of each other. Meso means an optically inactive diastereomers of an optically active compound in layman language. So you all know hydroboration or not? Hydroboration oxidation. What are the reagents used in hydroboration oxidation? Can anyone tell, so that we can move forward? What are the reagents used in hydroboration oxidation? What are the reagents used? Okay, fine. Very good. So let me remind you all the things about hydroborations, because it is very, very important. Hydroborations have many reactions. Like for an example, CH double bond CH2, it would be asked like this: BH3 THF, and secondly they'll put what? They'll put H2O2 and OH minus. The product will follow anti-Markovnikov addition, and this would be the final product, CH2OH. Similarly, this is called as hydroboration oxidation. What happens actually? RCH double bond CH2, if it is given, H comes from the boron here, and secondly this OH comes from H2O2 OH minus. Getting my point? The other can be asked like this. First would be same, BH3 THF. Secondly, if it is given CH3 C double bond OH, or any other acid, that means the product would be RCH2, CH2 or H. This H comes from acid. So it would be at this position H from the boron, and at this position H from the CH3C double bond OH. This is called as hydroboration reduction. This is called as HBr, hydroboration reductions, which we are talking about. Getting my point? AMR. BSD, but no peroxide. How is it? AMR. How this occur? This is the peroxide H2O2, OH minus. Next one is, first point would be same, the second point would be X2, halogen. So the product would be RCH2, CH2 and X. This X comes here, and at this position H comes from the boron, and at this position X comes from the X2. This is called as hydroboration halogenation. This is called as hydroboration halogenation. H2O2 is written. The last one is, first one is same, the second says NH2Cl. So the product would be RCH2, CH2 and NH2. H comes from the boron. Similarly, this NH2 comes from NH2Cl, and this is called as hydroboration HBA. A means amination, hydroboration amination. And the last one is, first point would be same, and second is AgNO3 NH4OH, which dimerizes the reaction RCH2 CH2 CH2 CH2R. So dimerization occur if AgNO3 NH4OH is given. Getting my point? This dimerization occur. Getting my point? H on this carbon comes from the boron, always. Let me ask a question. So there are four things related to hydroboration. This is hydroboration oxidation, hydroboration reduction, hydroboration halogenation, hydroboration amination. These are four things you need to remember. Let me ask a question. This is the compound which is given, RCH double bond CH2, and this is the reagent which is given, BD3 THF, and secondly AgNO3 NH4OH. What would be the product? A, R, CH, CH2, 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 CH3, or B, R, CH2, 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 CHD, R. Which of the following would be correct? If this is given, write your answer. If RCH2 is given and BD3 THM and AgNO3 NH4OH is given, like, you can follow this. This is very important point. What would be the answer? D comes from what? D comes from, yes, Anjali says B, and GM says B, NK says B, Prince says B. Very good. So you all are absolutely correct, my dear friends. That means you all understood the HBr, hydroboration reduction, very much. Clear? Let's move to the next part, the reduction part. Some other reducing agent we cannot forget, like red phosphorus HI. Red phosphorus plus HI is given. This is called as father of, papa of all reducing agent. This is called as papa of all reducing agent. Why? This is enemy of oxygen containing compound. It convert oxygen containing compound into what? It convert oxygen containing compound into hydrocarbon. Oxygen containing compound into what? Hydrocarbon. Let's one example. हमारे पास ketone है, we have aldehyde, we have alcohol, we have, let's one example, ether. It all get converted into what? This hydrocarbon. Like this get converted into this get converted into ethane, this get converted into ethane, and this get converted into ethane, ethane, and this is propane. So this is the enemy of oxygen. This is called as red phosphorus Hi, Ruthvik, HVZ reaction. Why to compare this here? Red phosphorus Hi is not HVZ. No, not at all. This is reducing agent. No, my dear friends, no. That is red phosphorus Hi, red phosphorus X2. Here, getting my point? So red phosphorus Hi is also very good reducing agent. Let's move to the next part of the reduction, and that is we can use Woods reaction. Now Woods comes under what? Now if you want to convert Rx into hydrocarbon, that means RR, then we use what? Woods reaction. What happens actually? You use Rx and electron supplying metal, sodium. It converts Rx into what? RR. What is the trick to solve these questions? Remove X, form R dot, and dimerize it. This is a trick. Now let me ask a beautiful question regarding Woods. What if excess of O2, which is called as free radical scavenger? What if O2, which is called as free radical scavenger, is passed in the reaction mixture of Woods? Suppose Woods reaction is occurring and you are passing O2, which is free radical scavenger. What actually do? If free radicals are there in the reaction mixture, oxygen goes and break its bond and form peroxide, and it can engulf or scavenge all the free radical from the reaction mixture. So what will happen? A, reaction will stop. Option, very important question. Reaction will stop considering all free radicals are scavenged by O2, or reaction will get slowed down but will not stop. So what would be your option? Suppose you are passing O2, which is free radical scavenger, into the reaction mixture. What will actually happen? Reaction will stop considering O2 is passed in excess, and it will engulf or scavenge all the free radicals present in the reaction mixture. What will happen? Reaction will stop or not? Prince says A, otherwise B, PC, GM, please write your name. Prince says A, otherwise I will not give any shout out. Yeah, I'll not able to what recognize your name. Goldie says B, SS says B. Okay, reaction will get slowed down but will not stop. Can you give the reason for it? Actually, Woods reaction occur through two different mechanisms. One is free radical and the other one is ionic, my dear friends. So free radical mechanism gets stopped, but ionic mechanism will remain as it is. Yes, free radical mechanism followed by one electron theory, sodium, and this is one electron which is supplied and carried out the free radical mechanism, whereas ionic mechanism says 2 sodium gives 2 electrons, and if 2 electrons are given, it would be goes to the anti-bonding of Rx, which will convert into R minus plus X minus. Now this R minus attacks on the other Rx through SN2 and convert RR. So if you pass O2 into the reaction mixture, it will stop the free radical mechanism, but this ionic mechanism will keep continue and form the product. Although the rate of reaction will get decreased because of one mechanism not followed. So that's why we will say that if you pass reaction oxygen, which is free radical scavenger, the rate of reaction of the fruits will get decreased, but it will continue through ionic mechanism, so rate of reaction will get decreased. Yes, beautiful question of fruits. Now let's move to the next part. What would be the product? Let's have this one more silly mistake which you usually give to the examiner to cut your marks. Which of the following product will not form? इनमें से कौन सा प्रोडक्ट नहीं फॉर्म होगा? कौन सा प्रोडक्ट विल नॉट फॉर्म when in this reaction? Let's have CH3Cl, and this is C2H5Cl, and sodium is given. That means this is woods. So what is the product which will not form? A, C2H6, B, C4H10, C, C3H8, D, methane, E, ethene, F, none of these. Which of the following compound will not form? I have not asked any major or minor thing. You need to consider all major and minor conditions. Major and minor products. Will consider everything which will not form. Goldie says F. Lakshman says D. Consider, my dear friends, you only consider what? You only consider addition product, or sorry, combination. You only consider the combination of free radicals. You forgot, or you forget what? Disproportionation. So if you want to answer this question, you need to think about the disproportionation also. In woods, CH4 cannot be formed. It can be formed, but it will not be as a major product. It will not be as major product, my dear friends. It can be formed. This can be formed. Suppose it will form a radical here, CH3 dot, and this will also form a radical here, C2H5 dot. If it undergo self combination, it will form a C2H6. It will undergo self combination, that means it will form a C4H10. If they go cross combination, that means C3H8. If it will undergo what? Disproportionation. If it would undergo like this, CH3, CH2, Cl. If I take or snatch the H plus here, like this, what happens in the disproportionation in case of 3 degree? CH2H, CH2Cl. So this H gets snatched, which will create what? A radical here. Getting my point? This Cl will get removed. So radical, it can form CH4 and this alkene through what? Disproportionation reaction. So disproportionation, E can be formed by dimerization of free radicals. E can be formed by disproportionation of the free radical. Disproportionation of free radical can form this product, my dear friends. Getting my point? What is Wood's reaction? Wow, AD, this is very tough question. We will not be discussing here. This is the tougher one. So Wood's CH4 cannot be formed by woods, but in case of major product, in case of side product, it can be formed. Yes. What about Kolbe's electrolysis? Okay, let me ask a question. This is woods. Woods have done. Which of the following? This is the tougher question. Which of the following can convert Rx into hydrocarbon? Which of the following can convert Rx into hydrocarbon? This is very important question which will help you to clear your concepts. Let's have an example which can convert Rx into hydrocarbon. First is woods, B is Frankland, C is Ullmann, D is Jadon Copper, ROH, E is NaETOH, F is Kolbe's electrolysis, G is Oakwood process, or soda lime decarboxylation. और LAH मतलब लिथियम एल्यूमिनियम हाइड्राइड, I NaBH4. Oh my god, which of the following can convert Rx into hydrocarbon? Sir, UHAVEBT discuss those reactions. UHAVEBT ये क्या होता है? What is this? Write your answer, my dear friends. E can be formed. Dimerization, sir. Answer is none of this. Rx into hydrocarbon. All. Lakshman says all. Please read this question properly. Rx into hydrocarbon. Not just reading this only product, you can make the answer absolutely incorrect. Rx into hydrocarbon. You need to convert Rx into hydrocarbon. Woods convert Rx into RR? Yes. What is Frankland? Woods is using sodium with Rx. Frankland is using Rx plus zinc in place of sodium. Rest everything would be same. Ullmann using copper with Rx. Rest everything would be what? Same. So that means this is correct, this is correct, this is correct. This Frankland and Ullmann is just a variation of woods. Now this metal with ROH, this also used to convert Rx into what? RH. Kolbe electrolysis is not the answer, because in this carboxylic salt, it converted into what? RR, not the Rx in Kolbe electrolysis. Similarly, for Oakwood or soda lime decarboxylation, carboxylate salt is converted into what? Hydrocarbon. LAH can be used and this NaBH4 can be used. So this is the concept developing question which you need to remember, my dear friends. Last except G and F. Very good. Who wrote this? Last, DG. Write your name, DG. Yes, we'll discuss, my dear friend. We'll discuss. But remember this, these two can be used. Similarly, they are very good reducing agent. Now we will discuss the Kolbe's electrolysis. So just want to confirm whether you know Kolbe electrolysis or not. We are using this sodium salt or potassium salt plus water, what would be the product? Product would be RR plus product would be what? Hydrogen liberated here plus CO2 liberated here, and lastly very important product formed in the solution, that is NaOH. So this is the product. Now what is my question? As reaction progress, pH of the solution, A increases, B decreases, C will remain same. What would be the answer? This is the reaction, this is the actually reaction, and hint is already given. As the Kolbe electrolysis progresses, the pH of the solution will remain same or increase or decrease? It will remain same. Prince says it will remain same. My dear friends, as the reaction goes to this direction, the concentration of RR, H2, CO2 and NaOH increases. Product concentration increases. That means NaOH in the solution increases as the reaction progresses. If NaOH increases, what does it mean? pH of the solution. As the reaction goes in this direction, pH NaOH concentration increases, and what will happen? It will increase the pH or decrease the pH. Obviously NaOH will make the solution more basic, so pH of the solution will surely be increasing. Getting my point? So this is very important question. Now let's talk about the mechanism of it. Now what actually happens when electrolysis occur? So these salt get dissociated into their ions RCOO minus and Na plus. Similarly, water get dissociated into its ions OH minus plus H plus. Now we have electrodes, we have negative charge. These negative ions will move towards what? Anode for oxidation, but only COO minus reaches to the anode, because OH minus are kinetically slow. OH minus is kinetically slow. It reaches very slowly to the anode, so it reaches first and it supplies its electron to the system and convert into radical RC double bond O radical. Now this radical will break down this bond to convert into R dot, and this CO2 get liberated. Now this R dot with the other R dot convert into RR. So in the anode there are two gases liberated, RR and CO2, whereas at cathode reduction occurs and sodium and hydrogen, among those between those two, hydrogen has good reduction potential, so H plus gets the electron from this electron and convert into H dot. Now this H dot with the other H dot convert into what? H2. So because of this, H2 liberated at the cathode, whereas RR and NO2, the hydrocarbon and CO2 liberated at the anode, and NaOH remain into the solution, which actually increasing the what? pH of the solution. So this is called as Kolbe's electrolysis, my dear friends. Sir, CO2 is acidic, right sir? So it will increase the pH and balance the pH, my dear friend. CO2 with H2O will form H2CO3, whereas NaOH is strong base, H2CO3 is weak acid. The solution will remain what? Be basic only. pH will increase. Where do you live? I live in Kota, Rajasthan. Now let's move to the next part, that is we'll discuss here only. Okay, fine, we'll discuss here. Ullmann we have already discussed. In Ullmann, similarly, you will take the Rx plus zinc. In Franklin, in Rx you will take what? Normally aryl halides with electron withdrawing group usually, and copper. Similar, remove the X plus, form a radical, and then addition will occur. So this is the same mechanism as occur in the woods. The last one is soda lime decarboxylation. Then we'll go for questions. Carboxylation, soda lime decarboxylation. Then we will apply the all the concept we have studied. Soda lime decarboxylation, otherwise called as what? Oakwood process. This is called as Oakwood process. What actually happened? RC double bond OH is taken plus NaOH and CaO is taken, and it get converted into RH, N-1 carbon, degradation of the carbon chain, plus CaCO3 occur. So this is soda lime decarboxylation, and this in this reaction mechanism occur through what? Carb anion. Mark my words, reaction mechanism occurred through what? Carb anion, my dear friends. Carb anion. So decarboxylation is stability of carb anion. How actually occur? RC double bond O minus Na plus, and then NaOH will undergo what? Acid base reaction. RC double bond OH, and it convert into RC double bond O minus Na plus. Now due to heating, this act as internal nucleophile and create what? R minus, plus CO2 get liberated. Now this R minus takes H plus from the solvent and convert into what? RH. So this R minus formation was RDS. Any point? Now the question arises, as the formation of carbon ion is RDS, what would be the rate of reaction order of using these acids? For an example, this second one is MeCH2C double bond OH, and third one is MeCH MEC double bond OH. A, B, C. What would be the order of soda lime decarboxylation using these three acids? You can choose P or Q. A is greater than B and then C, or C is greater than B and then A. ACB. How to answer this product? Liberate the CO2, form the carbon ion, and compare the stability. Liberate the CO2, form the carbon ion, and compare the stability of carbon ion. That's an example. Me minus, CH3 CH2 minus, and it would be MEC MEH minus. So you can compare the stability of carbon ion and can answer. Neetu says P. Sir, it's ACB. It's ACB. ACB. Are you sure? CH3 minus, then CH3 CH2 minus, and the CH3 CH3 minus. This negative charge, and it is plus I of this. Plus I will increase the negative charge and decreases the stability of carbon ion. So what would be your answer now? Answer would be ABC or CBA. But it's ACB. Why? Carbon ion stability. CH3 has plus I, which will increase the charge on the negative, this carbon. So it will decrease the stability of carbon ion. So what would be the order? This order should be A, B, and C because of the stability of carbon ion. Let's start with a beautiful question. For an example, this is being asked. What would be your answer? CH2C double bond OH, and this is NO2. Similarly, CN. Similarly, H. Similarly, OH. Similarly, NH2. What would be the order of decarboxylation, soda lime decarboxylation? A, decreasing, this way, or B, increasing this way? Comment on this. If this is the carboxylic acid and we are going for soda lime decarboxylation, what would be the order of or rate of reaction? What would be the order of rate of reaction? It is increasing this way or decreasing this way? Yes, yes. Prince says A, Ballu says A, Anjali A for Ashutosh sir. Okay, Anjali says yes, A, decreasing because of minus M, carbon and stability is better, and CN has lesser minus M compared to the NO2. There is no inductive effect, and this shows plus M. Plus M should be lesser. So OH has more electronegativity, so the plus M would be comparatively lesser than NH2. So obviously the answer would be this. Now the next question, the same question. I'm changing the same question, exactly same question with this. I'm making a change here so that you can relate. You can relate, my dear friends. I'm making some changes here. Now, what would be the order of A, B, C, D and E? I just changed here CS2 C double bond OS to C double bond OH. What would be the order? These are not the options. Write the actual order of what? Decarboxylation. Let's have an example. A. Option A is A, B, C, D, E. Option B is A, B, D, E, C. Option C is E, D, C, B, A. SIR effect in the first compound. Where is SIR effect, my dear friend? NO2 is opposite to the carboxylic acid. No SIR. SIR is ortho effect. If something comes to the ortho position of the compound, what would be the answer? If this would be the carboxylic acid, that means the negative charge arises like this on the benzene ring. If it arises on the benzene ring, there would be no resonance effect because this negative charge will not go under resonance. So only the answer would be done according to inductive only inductive. So you need to compare the inductive effect of NO2, CN, H, OH and NH2. So you need to answer according to inductive effect, which is having minus I better. So NO2 has higher minus I compared to the CN. H does not have minus I. OH has better minus I compared to the NH2. So firstly this, secondly this, third this, fourth this, and this would be the fifth one. Getting my point? Getting SIR कहाँ है मेरे दोस्त? So this would be the answer. You need to answer if this, due to this negative charge formation, NO2 is not able to show mesomeric or resonance effect because this negative charge will not go under resonance. So NO2 will only show minus I. So you need to consider all the groups as minus I effect or plus I effect. Getting a point? This is beautiful question. Let's move to the next part of it. Corehouse synthesis. Now what is Corehouse synthesis? What is Corehouse synthesis? It occur when Rx react with Li and form what? RLi plus LiX. Now this RLi when react with CuI, it form R2CuLi. What is the name of this R2CuLi? What is the name of this R2CuLi? This reagent is called as what? Grignard. Is it right? This reagent is called as Grignard reagent. Is it right or not? Or it is called as Gilman's reagent. Gilman's or Grignard? Gilman's or Grignard? Gilman's or Grignard? Lastly, we will be discussing very important reaction, that is free radical halogenation. Question is being asked from this topic. This is the third favorite topic in this chapter. GM यही कहानी अटक गई है बेटा. I have 4 class every day. I don't have time right now to do these 20 pages session. I'll do it. I need some time for that. Lakshman says B. Yes, it is Gilman's reagent. And how to do it? If we want to convert into what, Rx into RR, just go for SN2 reaction and it will convert into RR. This R2 is source of carbanion. This carbanion will go into SN2 reaction and form what, RR. So this is Corey-House synthesis, which actually convert Rx into RR by using R2CuLi, which is Gilman's reagent. Getting my point? Very good, very good, very good. ये हो गया Corey-House synthesis from Grignard. अरे Grignard तो बहुत easy है. Rx, take Rx, take H plus and form RMGX, and this RMGX is converted into RH using any compound which is having acidic H. For an example, water. For an example, ROH. For an example, acetic acid. Anything which is having acidic H. Getting my point? It's a HCl. And anything which is having acidic H, we can convert this RMGX into RH. Getting my point? Water. Let's solve this question, which is being asked in ID 2005, phenyl magnesium bromide. With tertiary butanol, what would be the product? Write your answer first. Let me check who will answer it firstly. ID 2005 question. Old questions are being asked in JEE Mains regularly. So questions ID JEE advanced questions from 2000 to 2010. They are very, very important for the coming exams. Prince says C, AD says D. Please write your name. Neetu says D. Phenol. How come phenol? That's an example. This is source of carbanion. This is minus Mg plus 2 and this is Br minus. This is source of carbanion and we have acidic H. We have acidic H here. So this H plus goes here and form easy peasy lemon squeezy. This would be the product, my dear friends. Acid base reaction. I just told this alcohol with RMGX. Alcohol and RMGX. This question been asked. Alcohol with RMGX. Alcohol with RMGX. It is absolutely easy. Getting my point? Clear? Let's move to the next question. Next topic, which is very important, free radical halogenation. This is the third most important topic of this chapter, free radical halogenation. Let's move and try to understand what is free radical halogenation, how questions are being asked from this chapter. This CH4 plus X2 will convert into monohalogenated product CH3H plus HX. This is monohalogenation. If X2 is taken in excess, if CH4 plus X2 it is taken in excess, so product would be tetrahalogenated product. Let's have an example, CX4, and product would be excess HX, 4HX. So we are discussing monohalogenated product here because they last like this only. So what actually happens in what are questions being asked? F2, Cl2, Br2, I2. What is the order of rate of reaction for free radical halogenation? Rate of reaction. Let me confuse you. the bond dissociation energy of Cl2 is the highest. Cl2 bond dissociation energy is highest. What would be the free radical halogenation rate of reaction for F2Cl2Br2I2? A. F2 Cl2 Br2 I2. Secondly, F2 Br2 I2 Cl2. What would be the correct order of rate of reaction of F2Cl2Br2I2? This is the most confusing question of this topic. One of the most confusing question. What would be the order? B. Lakshman says A. GM says B. Aditya says B. RG says A. Prince says A. SA says B. Okay. The correct answer is, my dear friends, the correct answer is फैन नहीं चल रहा है. Hello. The correct answer is A, because when you write this reaction in this way, you cannot decide with the bond dissociation energy only. You need to consider whether the reaction is exothermic or not. Here the bonds break and here the new bonds form. So we need to calculate the bond dissociation energy of product side and reactant side both. So considering this, if I use F2, the exothermicity of the reaction would be highest. It is highly explosive reaction. Highly explosive, highly exothermic reaction. Then Cl2 and then Br2 and then I2. So the answer is first. The order of rate of reaction is F2, Cl2 and then Br2 and then I2. This is the order, my dear friend. Getting the point? The second things you need to remember, CH4, well, let's say an example, F2 in inert medium, otherwise it will explode. Let's have an example, it is forming a monofluorinated compound plus HF. Similarly, in case of Cl2, it is converted into CH3Cl plus HCl. Similarly, for Br2, it is converted into what? CH3Br plus HBr. And in terms of I2, it get converted into CH3I plus HI. Reaction is delta H is negative for this reaction, that means exothermic. Delta H is negative for this reaction, that means exothermic. Delta H is negative for this reaction, exothermic. But delta H is positive for this reaction, positive, 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 positive. That means a question, the next beautiful question of this topic is iodination is endothermic. What does it mean? If you iodinate this compound into CH3I plus HI, this HI, which act as reducing agent, reduces this compound and get back to the product side. So this reaction is very much reversible. It goes back to the back side. If we want this reaction to occur, we need to think about this HI. We need to oxidize this HI. So HNO3 or HiO3, these oxidizing agent are used during iodination, which will convert this HI into I2, and this I2 is further used in the reactant. So the reaction goes in the forward direction according to the Le Chatelier principle, because HI is consumed into I2 and this I2 is further increasing the reactant side, which will shift the reaction to the forward side. So HNO3 or HiO3 oxidizing agents are used to increase the rate of reaction, my dear friends. This is free radical halogenation. The second thing which is being asked is about reactivity and productivity. Sorry, reactivity versus selectivity. The second reaction is being asked, selectivity versus reactivity. As you know, F2, Cl2, Br2, I2, which is the most reactive halogen in these four? Which is the most reactive? Answer this. F2 or I2, which is the most reactive one? F2 or Cl2? Br2 or I2, which is the most reactive? Yes, obviously F2. F2 is so reactive, it will not look for the 3 degree hydrogen, as it is free radical halogenation. So free radical is formed, 1 degree free radical, 2 degree free radical, 3 degree free radical, and stability of radical is 3 degree is more compared to the 2 degree and 3 degree. So F2 is so reactive that it react with the same rate. Either it is 1 degree hydrogen or 2 degree hydrogen or 3 degree hydrogen, the relative rate will not change. Whereas in Cl2 is a bit selective, so it selects the 2 degree hydrogen 4 times more compared to the 1 degree hydrogen, and it selects the 3 degree hydrogen 5 times more compared to the 1 degree hydrogen. In case of Br2, the selectivity further increased and it choose 2 degree hydrogen 82 times more compared to the 1 degree hydrogen and 1600 times more compared to the 1 degree hydrogen. So this is the reactivity versus selectivity data which we have observed in experimental conditions. Getting my point? So these are the experimental conditions. Now how to answer the question based on this reactivity? Question is being asked, for an example, this is the compound which is taken and F2 hydrogenation this fluorination is done and monofluorinated product is suppose formed. This is 1 degree and this is for 3 degree. So what would be the percentage yield of, let's taken it as X. What about I2? I2 is very much selective, my dear friends. It will not at all form 1 degree hydrogen compared to the 2 degree and 3 degree. It is, the data is not given in any book, but it is so much selective. Now what is the way to ask the question? Let's calculate the percentage of X and Y. The product X and Y formed because of two reasons. One is selectivity and the other one is probability. F2 is so reactive, it will not look for whether it is colliding with the 1 degree hydrogen or it is colliding with the 3 degree hydrogen. As it collide with 1 degree or 3 degree hydrogen, it react in the same way. So the two things which can decide the product percentage, one is reactivity and the other one is probability of colliding. So let's take an example. There are two factors to decide percentage of the product. One is probability and the other one is reactivity. So there are two factors, reactivity factors and the other one is probability factor. So the formula is reactivity into probability, summation of reactivity factor into probability factor into 100. This is the formula through which we can calculate the percentage of the product. Let's have an example. What is the probability of colliding with this 1 degree hydrogen? There are how many 1 degree hydrogens? There are 9 1 degree hydrogens. So probability of colliding is 1. What is the reactivity for 1 degree hydrogen? Reactivity of 1 degree hydrogen of fluorine is 1. That means reactivity into, yes, so reactivity into probability is 9 into 1. What about this? This is 1 is the probability and 1 is the reactivity. 1 into 1. Now let's calculate the percentage of X. X means R into RF into PF by N plus 1, that is summation of RF into PF into 100. That means 90% product will be formed this. And what about this? This is 1 by 10 into 100. That means 10% product will be formed this. Getting my point? Waiting, sir, please. Clear? This is the way the question is being asked. Now how this question being asked? Let's solve these questions which is being asked in the JEE Mains. Let's have an example. Br is very selective. It will look for 3 degree hydrogens, then 2 degree and 1 degree. It will react 1600 times more compared to the what? 1 degree hydrogen. So if Br dot react with any of this H, it will form a more stable radical. So what would be the product? What is the major product? As you know, Br dot is very selective. It will only form the stable radical. What would be the product? Sir, please 20 पेज हमारा विनती है. Yes, I will try. What would be the product, my dear friends? It will only, because it is very selective towards 3 degree. This is the 3 degree one. 3 degree, 1600 times more selectivity than the 1 degree. That means yes, beautifully Prince answers, RG answers, GG answers, BD answers. Ballu says B. Yes, B would be the answer because this Br dot is very selective. Now the second one is the same question. Look, it is been asked in 2002 and the same, almost the same question is being asked in 2014. So it is proved that they are using what? Previous year question paper to make the questions. Just the language of the question changes. Like the major product obtained from the photo catalyzed bromination of 2-bromo-butane. So what would be the major product? There are 1 degree hydrogen. This is 3 1 degree hydrogen, 3 1 degree. This is 2 degree, and this is okay. This is 1 degree. This is 1 degree. This is 1 degree, and this has 3 degree. So selectivity for this is 1600 times more compared to this 82, and this has 1. So what would be the product? Very easily we can say, because bromine is very selective, it will choose 3 degree hydrogens to attack. So what would be the product? The product would be absolutely correct. This would be the product. Getting my point? You can ask the doubt in the my doubt section during the class also. So this would be the product 2-bromo. Okay, this would be the product 2-bromo 2-methyl butane. Getting my point? YD, A would be the product. This is 1 2 3 4 2-bromo 2-methyl butane. Getting my point, my dear friends? Now one more thing you need to do. You need to learn some more things like octane number, cetene number. These are the things. Anti-knocking agent. What is tetraethyl lead? You need to learn about these things, and then this hydrocarbon will get completed. So learn these things before going for any exam. Okay, so this is it, guys. Anything you want to comment on? These are very small topics. You can learn by some small definitions only. Octane number and cetene number, these are just definitions. So I mentioned this. You just go through once these definitions before going to any exam. So this is it, guys. Let's promise with each other we'll come to the next class solving the DPP of the topic given. Bye bye.
For detailed videos, daily practice problems and live chat, visit academy.amazon.in or download the app.